It's Holmes with BigCatCountry.com here with your Jacksonville Jaguars mandatory veteran minicamp update for day 2. Today was probably the most competitive day that we've seen out of rookie minicamp, OTAs, and the veteran minicamp days between the defense and the offense, specifically the secondary and the wide receivers. They came to play today. The defense did not make it easy for the quarterback, Mac Jones, and the Jaguars offense. The biggest highlight and or takeaway from the day is probably Darnell Savage and Jarian Jones, both staking their claim to whether it is the nickel cornerback or the outside cornerback role. But nevertheless, Savage ended the day with an interception in the red zone period while in coverage against Parker Washington. Meanwhile, Jarian Jones, not to be outdone, also had his own pass breakup earlier in the period, and also had a play where he probably would have destroyed the wide receiver if he didn't pull up, because obviously no contact. We're not supposed to knock the receivers out. But it was a very exciting day overall for the secondary. Buster Brown, Monteric Brown also had himself a pretty good pass breakup. Again, I believe it was on Parker Washington. Meanwhile, on the offensive side of the ball, Brian Thomas Jr. continued to look exactly how you'd want your first-round draft pick wide receiver to look. He probably had 5 or 6 catches overall throughout the day. He went low on one, actually caught it, scooped it off the ground, rolled over to protect his body. I know they want him to stay up off the ground, but nevertheless, again, they were super competitive today overall, and that's including the wide receivers. Tim Jones also had himself, 3 or 4 catches in the intermediate parts of the field, and we got to continue that Brendan Strange agenda, because Brendan, he showed up. He opened the period actually with a great intermediate catch and had himself another one later in the red zone period. As far as Mac Jones, he had another sharp day. Again, Trevor Lawrence and many of the veterans are out at this current point. They were excused for the day. So he stacked another great day as far as being that only quarterback that's available. But again, he had multiple interceptions. A few of them were where the defenders got their hands in the pockets. A lot of them were tipped up into the air. I don't really judge him on that, but nevertheless, it's going to be a very interesting competition for that backup quarterback spot between C.J. Beathard and Mac Jones. But we'll see what that looks like. But nevertheless, in the 2023 veteran minicamp, the only quarterback that was present at that time was Nathan Ward. So I'm not sure if that means anything, but it's just something curious that we should keep an eye on when that competition does come about in training camp. We'll be live on Wednesday for the remaining last day of mandatory veteran minicamp for the team, and they will be on the field at 10 a.m. Talk to you then.